Hi guys, welcome back to my toy photography videos. I kick things off with the Infinity Saga Iron Man 1 Iron Man. I really wanted to like this figure a lot more than I do. It's still a really cool figure, comes with some really cool accessories, but there's a couple of things holding it back. I wish the red would have been a little bit more of a shiny, deeper red. Then, you know, you're getting that extra head sculpt with Tony Stark's faceplate, and I reckon you can fudge that, you know, and just put it on a lot of Iron Man figures, as long as you don't put too much emphasis on the actual helmet, because obviously they're different across the movies. But one thing I really don't like is the way his arms are done with the shoulder pads. The detents in there are really tight, and every time you move his arms, it feels like you're going to break the figure, and I hate that. Especially apart from that, he's pretty much he could do with some lower waist articulation. He doesn't have that, but apart from that, he's got drop down hips. His joints are pinless on the arms, at least. I'm not sure about the legs, to be honest with you. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, they're pinless on the legs as well. That's hidden really well. Said he had drop down hips. The articulation in the head is great, and you know, the double jointed elbows work really nice as well. It's just those couple of issues that I have with it, really. But I'm gonna keep using it for displays throughout the year and stuff. So we'll see. He might still end up on my list. It's just a little bit up in the air at the minute. Threw this together basically so you could get a look at the Iron Man head sculpt I was talking about in the last clip. So this is on the Mark 47 book. This is the Civil War Iron Man book, and I've got the Avengers, Game of Ace, Captain America, with that horrible old Infinity War head sculpt. But hide it right, you can definitely fudge it. I did try to put it on the Game of Ace Iron Man, but that neck is way too long, so it doesn't work. But any of the movie Iron Mans, you should be able to do it. Had to get this Snake Eyes figure. He poses really well. I've tried to use it, by the way. That's from a Punisher figure. But he does come with the sword and two little daggers. But I'm going to use them elsewhere. I actually bought is a phenomenal figure. The articulation in the neck, the hips, the torso, the shoulders have butterfly joints. He's just a really good figure, and it got me. And it wouldn't be my channel without talking about some Batman. So we'll talk about this figure quick. It's the I can't remember which release. It was two releases. This is the one that looks more like I'll move this up in a minute. There we go. This is the one that looks more like the animated series. This is Batman Beyond, or if you're from England like me, or other places around Europe, you might know it as Batman of the Future. I really relate to Terry McGinnis in the same way I relate to Spider-Man. I think just because they're younger heroes. So I really like the character of Terry McGinnis. I have missed out on every release of Terry McGinnis in all of the lines over the years. So I was really happy to get this guy. And this is definitely, okay, one figure that's definitely going to go in my top 20 for, top 20, fucking hell, top 10 for 2021. It's the William Hartnell, the first Doctor from the, oh, what are they called, the Centurite set. I think I've completely botched that. My buddy wanted the other figures. He didn't want William Hartnell because he's already got the one he wanted. So he hooked me up and sold me this guy, and I'm just astounded. These character options figures, they might not have loads of articulation, but the detail, the sculpt is fantastic, and the likeness to William Hartnell is really incredible. I think, actually thinking about it, character options is a toy line that I've been probably collecting the longest without really thinking about it. I've always kept my Doctor Who figures. In fact, I think the evolution of the Daleks set, or the Daleks in Manhattan set, that was the last thing I actually bought from Woolworths. But yeah, you know, I always wish we could get super articulated Doctor Who figures, but I'm happy with what we are getting. So I'll just talk you through this setup quick, because I don't know if you can see it really well. In the background, I have a TARDIS. I don't know if it's like, well, I'm pretty sure it's not actually accurate to William Hartnell. And the other thing as well is it's not the best one in the world. It's not to scale. That's why I've got it sat in the background there. I'm on the lookout for David Tennant's Doctor's flight control TARDIS. That one would be cool to own. So if anyone knows, anyone who's got one, and you want to hook a brother up, go for it. But yeah, so I'm using my alleyway scene, and then I've got this light, and I take that away. I've got one to the side just lighting up the bins in the TARDIS in the background. I have another light over here just in the background lighting up the back bit, and then very subtly, just off to the side of me on some manga books, I have the orange colour light. I've got it placed ever so subtly just so you get a little bit of colour in there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this shot. Let me know what you think. Okay, so we can finally I have my Green Ranger. He came, what day is it? Came last week. I was very excited to see that I didn't actually have any QC issues whatsoever with the guy, so I was really happy with that. I think he comes with an amazing spread of accessories. He's done really well. He could have had the diamond painted under the armour, but who really cares when he's such a good figure? They nailed everything. Listen, they nailed the colour of green, they nailed the golds, they nailed the accessories that he came with. I just thought all around it was a solid release, and there's figures that I've had the most fun with all year. I am now super happy to have both Mighty Morphin teams, the original 5 and the White Ranger, and the original 5 and the Green Ranger. So for me now it's finishing off SPD, Zeo, In Space and Galaxy, is my favourites. I'm also going to complete Dino Thunder and Dino Charge, and I'll be pretty happy from there. We haven't got Lightspeed Rescue yet, or RPM, but I think after I get my favourite teams I might just mix and match and pick and ha ha ha, you thought you was going to get through a full video and not see me do some Mandalorian toy photography. No, I was just messing about. I was telling my mate the other day that I was going to do some kind of crossover where Boba Fett actually finds the TARDIS. I thought that'd be like a pretty fun idea, but I also thought it'd be super cool to see Grogu interacting with TARDIS as well, so I had to throw these figures in there. But actually, if you watched my last video, it was a Boba Fett collection video, and I actually missed this figure out. Not a very special figure, came out when The Force Awakens come out, just a basic 5 points of articulation figure, but I happen to really like this one. It feels to me halfway between like vintage Kenner and Power of the Jedi figures, so not a bad one to have either. I completely forgot to include that guy because he lives downstairs. Now back to the shot. I'm using pretty much the same setups you have seen me do before, with some of my brick wall pieces, through the TARDIS in there. I've got my backdrop lit up. I don't know if you can see, there is a tiny little drop of orange in here, but I situated it near the back over here just so it didn't interfere with the foreground. But I happen to really like this shot. I just think it looks really striking and cool. We'll do it for real this time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again for some more toy photography. Yeah, I might be doing an outside one next. I don't know yet.